Это включено. Раз-два, раз-два. Чирик-пик. Качество звука неплохое. Well, because it's like a stream. Well, just asked me about microphones. Yeah. These microphones are convenient. Yeah, sound quality is question. Yeah. If they want to check the sound quality, yeah, probably get the feedback from you if the sound quality for streams is okay. So just keep using this microphone. Or okay. They suggest to get the higher level. That's what I was thinking about. Yeah, yeah. So now, okay. Okay. Are we live now? Would you like to come and sit down? It feels like it's going to be a hot day today, but the air is definitely a lot clearer. The tea's pretty good. The tea is pretty good. So, should we hear about this morning's tea? Yeah, hello everybody. So today's tea is not a tea, it's a herb, jiaogulan. It's can be translated to English as like bird of the dragon because of the tea leaves. They resemble a bird. So this tea is very good for health, for blood vessels, for heart, and it kind of improves longevity. So there was a study. The scientists came to a conclusion that this herb actually prolongs life, and the people who live like 100 years and longer, they use this herb on a daily basis. It doesn't contain caffeine, but it still gives you some kind of boost, energy boost. Yeah. What's interesting that the quality of this particular jiaogulan is pretty basic, so it's a regular quality, but there is also top grade quality. I've tried it once. So the color is not yellowish, but rather emerald, and you don't just feel you don't just taste this herbal notes, but it's more like vegetable taste, because like the herb is really fresh. So probably we will get the highest grade jiaogulans someday. We'll be able to enjoy it with you guys. To try, but this can you keep it or? Well, it will definitely lose its quality with time. Probably it will be in the best shape for first half of the year. Yeah. That's okay. Yeah, time don't how to say it. Time is equal to everyone, and everything gets aged. For some teas or some products like wine, puer tea, the other stuff, it could be good, but for some products it can be very bad. For example, if the fresh green tea, it's good when it's fresh. If 1, 2, 3 months will pass, the quality will get lower, the taste will get more flat, so it kind of loses everything what makes this tea special. And for example, in Japan, there is a special word for the first tea, which was harvested in May, early May. It's called shincha, and it has a shelf life of 3 months. So once I wanted to order this type of tea, but they have only had like sea shipment, and the package could be delivered like maybe 3 months or so. So they told me like, oh, this delivery method is quite long, so you will get, even if you will get your tea, you will get not really a good tea. Yeah, so we used the other way, and I received the package in 2 weeks, and I really enjoyed this really fresh tea.
Yeah, very good. Okay, well, thanks to this cup of tea, everybody here will live to over 100 years. There's a good thought for the morning. So, do we have any questions? Suba, do you have anything that you'd like to ask? Yeah, okay, still thinking about it. Anybody else? Going to be a quick question and answer session. Well, if you don't think of anything, I'll come up with something to talk about.
There was something you mentioned yesterday, but we didn't have enough time.
Well, there was this talk on principles. What else? I don't recall anything else. What have we been talking about? Okay. Well, here we go. There's a saying that if you don't know which port you're sailing to, no wind is favourable. You won't succeed if you don't know what you're trying to achieve. If you're just kind of drifting around like a leaf blowing in the wind, and you don't know what you're trying to achieve, well, how do you know if you achieve it? When we put a lot of time and effort into our training, I think it's always worth very regularly coming back to this. Well, why am I doing this? Why am I doing it? Why am I getting up so early? Why am I making all this effort? Well, we want to try to live the best life possible. We want to have a good life. And if you're not in good health, it makes it quite difficult. So health is important. We train, we try to maintain good health. That's why we get up early and exercise first thing in the morning. When we think about health, we should think of the big picture. Nowadays, what's the biggest problem? Mental health. Yeah, you hear this all the time. Mental health, mental health, mental health. If your mind's not healthy, it's quite hard to have a good life. So the health of the mind is equally as important as the health of the body. But you can't separate the two. If your body is unhealthy, there's no doubt that it's going to impact on your mind. Try to look at the big picture. Look after the physical body. Look after the mind. Look after our energy, our chi. Balance our emotions. And we should be able to live a healthy, happy existence. We can do that. That's pretty good. A pretty good life. Everybody wants a good life. People have a tendency to go about this in silly ways. If I've got more money, I'll have a better life. That's obvious, isn't it? But then you constantly meet people with money who are unhappy. That doesn't mean all the people with money are unhappy, but there's plenty that are. And you meet a lot of people without money that they have a great life. They're always happy. They're always having fun. Yeah. They spend all their money, but they always seem to have fun, even when they haven't got any money at all. You go to some of the villages around here, the people are poor, they're happy. They have a happy life. And we spend all our lives kind of grinding ourselves down, trying to earn money and being unhappy as a result. It's not exactly a smart move. It's one of the best quotes from the Buddha. There's no way to happiness. Happiness is the way. There's no path to happiness. Happiness is the path. Stop wasting your time thinking, oh, if I did this, I'd be happy. If I had that, I'd be happy. Just be happy. Don't wait for something, just start now. You train, keep yourself healthy, keep the mind sharp. Yeah, you're most of the way there. When we meditate, we understand ourselves better. We start to get to know ourselves better. Start to see reality better. It's easier to be content. It's basically what you need, contentment. Not necessarily overstimulation. You don't need constant excitement to be happy. This is one of the key kind of Buddhist ideas. If you're kind of going from peak to trough, you have some massively exciting experience, and then bam, completely ruined after it. You're spending a lot of time down there in the trough. If you just tick along on an even keel, you don't have those crashes, you don't have the bad days. You miss out all the unhappiness. So when we look at why we're training, I guess that's about it. And if we're healthy, mentally sharp, energized, happy, then it's working, and we're getting it right. If you're looking at short-term goals, if it's all about, can I lose 10 kilos by next month? It's not going to work here. You've got to be looking at, can I stay in shape for my whole life? A lot of people's approach to fitness is, I want to look good for my summer holiday. After that, it can all fall apart. That's not thought through. You learn your martial art. It's interesting to learn how to fight. And it's useful to have fighting ability if you need it. Most of the time, you're not using it. Most of the time, you're not using it. And I think the thing that a lot of people miss out on, if you're thinking, yeah, I want to do a competition. Train up, train, do the competition, and then when I've done it, okay, then I'll stop doing martial arts and do something else. I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a martial arts competition, then I'm going to do paragliding, then I'm going to do mountaineering. You're never going to get there. You build yourself up to a peak in your fighting skill, and then it drops down and you get through nothing. Because if you don't keep training, you lose it. There's no doubt about that. You might retain a bit, but it's a small amount. You've got your whole life coming ahead of you. You want to be reasonably capable of defense for your whole life. Which means you've got to keep training. And if what you're doing is going to cause you to have a massive physical crash when you get to your mid-30s, and after that you won't be able to do anything, then it's not that smart. That's the It's always been the philosophy of Kung Fu. It's not about kind of peaking for a competition, not really. It's something that's going to stay with you for your whole life and benefit you for your whole life, even when you're old. That's a smart view, that's the long-term view. It's fine to do when you're young, it's fine to do competitions. But that's not the end point. It's just a little step on the journey, a step on the progression. Okay. I think good opportunity to start training again. Not talk too much. So let's finish off the tea and start again. Now let's go to this side. Now we're going to arrange the groups. I fear you are definitely going to be dealing with Tuba and Mandy. If I take everybody else, switching my attention in between 5. I'll give it a try. Give it a try. Okay. There we go.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.